King Von dark lifestyle will shock you. True story. King Von, affectionately known as Grandson, is a beloved friend and artist in the rough city of Chicago. However, despite his soft-spoken nature and respectful demeanor, the truth behind King Von's menacing past will leave you absolutely speechless. Before we jump into this video, be sure to comment keyword King for a chance at winning our giveaway, and subscribe for more videos. King Von is without a doubt one of the hardest figures to come out of Chi-Town since the drill wave of the early 2010s. Fans across the world were enamored by King Von's legendary storytelling ability as well as his masterful videos. But with all of his past so clearly on display through his career, it makes you wonder how he can even still walk around as a free man. King Von was born and raised in Parkway Gardens, aka the notorious O Block, known as the most dangerous block in Chicago. Most of the city's top rappers got their start on that very block. Born as a product of that environment, some would say Von was simply doing what he had to survive. But it's more than just that. He excelled at it. King Von has had charges thrown at him ever since the age of 15, but thanks to his own wits as well as good lawyers, he's been able to slide nearly every charge thrown his way. It's not like he was being that careful or secretive about his lifestyle before rap though. Von and his friends weren't shy about posting up with their weapons on Instagram. The rapper was once seen arguing with an obvious enemy about body counts, and it all seemed to be in an attempt to troll the police. In Chicago, the murder solve rate is a desolate 20%, and his trolling probably caused a lot of headaches. During his teen years, King Von was arrested multiple times and would spend years in and out of jail before he turned to rapping in 2018. In an interview with DJ Smalls, King Von spoke about his childhood and said that the only real way to survive was to be in a gang, otherwise you wouldn't be able to go outside. When asked what he's been arrested for before, King Von jumped into detail without hesitation, speaking on his first arrest and how he was charged with armed robbery. According to Von, he was only around 16 at the time and didn't even understand his charges. So, when presented with boot camp as an alternative to jail, he said he signed the paper without hesitation and completed the camp. All charges were dropped and the teenage Von was able to walk away free. But that's not his only run-in. King Von has been arrested several times, and it seems like the degree of violence escalates every time. On July 24, 2014, Von was arrested in connection with the shooting in May 2014, resulting in the death of several men and the injury of 2 others. Von was charged with 1 count of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Things at the time seemed pretty grim for the rapper, but after witnesses failed to testify, King Von had all charges dropped and walked free at the end of 2017. The scariest thing about King Von may be how respectful and soft-spoken he is. Likened to the respected leader of the Black Disciples gang, David Barksdale, King Von's nickname, Grandson, perfectly embodies his mix of humble and savagery, much like the legendary gang leader. You would never see it coming from the happy-go-lucky rapper, but at one point, King Von was one of the most dangerous men in Chicago. Unlike many of today's rappers, King Von doesn't ignorantly boast about his difficult past. Though he is known for his captivating storytelling ability, King Von has always made sure not to incriminate himself in his own music. Growing up in such a dangerous environment, King Von did whatever he felt was necessary to survive, but when asked about it, he thinks nothing of it. According to King Von, his childhood was mostly normal, minus a few things. Von's child life was much like anyone else's. He had a loving mother who raised him and his siblings. His father was in and out of jail, so he never really knew him. But Von had a stepfather who he was pretty cool with, says The Star. King Von would go to school, get into fights at some point, happen to get into the street life, but Von was never really scared to jump in. He was pretty well aware that in this world, it's eat or be eaten. And more than anything, he wanted to provide for his family. To King Von, he was doing the only thing he knew how to do, and while it could have ended badly, he was lucky enough to have the right people in place to set him back on a straight path. King Von grew up around Chief Keef and Lil Durk as they were making noise in Chicago, so he had great role models to look up to. After his nearly lifelong prison sentence was dropped, Lil Durk urged Von to get into rapping to keep himself out of trouble. King Von liked the idea and, soon after, he signed to Lil Durk's label, Only the Family. King Von has mostly been able to stay out of trouble throughout the years, and you can pretty much give that credit to Lil Durk for turning his life around. Though he and Lil Durk are currently facing legal trouble and can't speak to each other, you can be sure they'll skate out of yet another charge and be back to making bangers soon. Thanks for watching the Line Report. Don't forget to comment keyword KING for a chance at winning our giveaway, and subscribe for more videos. Peace.